You're tuned in to the Kojo Namdi Show on WAMU 88.5. Welcome. Later in the broadcast, what the new administration might mean for the local arts scene. But first, what it's like to be a Trump supporter in a city that Hillary Clinton carried by over 90%. If you ask Jeff Giese, the biggest challenge may well be the stereotypes about people like him, misperceptions and broad brush characterizations that make common ground that much harder to find. Jeff Giese joins us in studio. He is one of the organizers behind the Deplorable inaugural event. Jeff Giese, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Kojo.
If you have questions or comments, give us a call, 800-433-8850. Do you have questions for the organizer of the Deplorable? You can also send email to kojo@wamu.org. Shoot us a tweet at Kojo Show or go to our website, kojoshow.org. Join the conversation there. Many people would look at you and not see a typical Donald Trump supporter. You're a gay, Stanford-educated resident, one of the most liberal cities in the country. You live in Washington, D.C. What resonated for you about Donald Trump and his message?
A few things. One, just concerns about Western civilization and how fragile it is right now. Number two, just wanting to bring change to Washington. And I like the kind of disruptive innovation aspect of Trump. Both within the GOP and just more broadly. And then thirdly, I think it's time that we put middle Americans' interests first. And it feels like both parties have prioritized the top 1% and the coastal elites, and maybe it's time to hear their voices more.
A lot of people would describe you as a coastal elite.
Guilty as charged.
You helped found a social media organization that became a major pro-Trump meme generator. And as we said, you're currently organizing the main Deplorable inaugural event. That will take place at the National Press Club on January 19th. What prompted you to organize that event?
Well, I mean, I was just a bit player in the whole election. There was definitely this whole kind of pro-Trump troll army, and lots of these people did incredible things to help Trump get elected and help spread his message in a way that the media wasn't really doing, and in fact was actively working against. So they did way more than I ever did. But I played a small role through our pop-up grassroots movement called MAGA 3X, and initially that started as a get out the vote vehicle for Trump supporters. And after the election, after Trump won, our community really wanted to celebrate that. So we decided to organize this party as a space to give them a space for the people to feel like, they're part of the inauguration too, and to celebrate Trump's election. And so it wasn't really, it was like, dude, let's throw a party. And then okay, let's do it, man. And then we threw a party, and we didn't initially realize how important and meaningful it would be to our community. And so now we're trying to take it very seriously and give them a real experience.
For those who have been living on another planet, explain why you're calling it the Deplorable.
Well, Hillary Clinton made, I think, the same mistake as Mitt Romney in writing off a huge segment of the population by calling them deplorable in her deplorable speech. So we Trump supporters appropriated that term and kind of made it a badge of honor and did it in also a little bit of a cheeky way. And the portmanteau of deplorable and ball was just too irresistible to resist. So how could we not name it that?
Jeff Giese joins us in studio. He is one of the organizers of the aforementioned Deplorable inaugural event. If you have questions or comments for him, give us a call at 800-433-8850. Are you going to an inaugural event? Which one will you attend? Do you see common ground in these politically divided times? 800-433-8850. You can shoot us a tweet at Kojo Show or email to kojo@wamu.org. Donald Trump and many Trump supporters distrust the media, though today one must say, who defines who is media and what isn't media? But they have strongly criticized media coverage. Some were surprised, therefore, that the Deplorable will be taking place at the National Press Club. It was your idea to hold it there.
Media guy, I have great respect for quality journalism. And in fact, I think where there's a lot of common ground is in support for quality journalism. At the same time, you're right, there's been incredible sense of mistrust between all of the public and the mainstream media. Trust is at an all-time low, not just Trump supporters, but especially among Trump supporters too. I even underestimated how much mistrust there was. And so part of why we're doing it at the National Press Club is, number one, to just